Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I was thinking of something different to do and I couldn't really think of anything, but an idea came to me and I was like, wait, this might be a good idea. What I wanted to do today was do my makeup, do something cute, get it like a little get ready with me style, but at the same time talk about music in each genre that I'm really into right now and what really didn't excite me. And so for today's video, we're gonna start off with Spanish music. I do each video in different genres, so each video is gonna be a different genre with a different makeup look. But for today's video, I wanted to do Spanish music. That's what I wanted to start off with because there's a lot of music coming from them right now and a lot of new things that I want to talk about. And yeah, so let's get started. So I already prepped the skin. I just put my toner on and a little bit of moisturizer and a little bit of lip balm, and I'm gonna do the brows now. Again, I don't really know what I'm gonna do today. I was thinking a little bit more like smoky, something to match my shirt. I got this from PacSun or something like that. Actually, I don't even know what shade this is. Yeah, I don't know what shade this is, but it's so... It fell and it broke, but this is the shade and it's so pretty. I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up using it because that's really a color I wouldn't go for at all, but it's so pretty. It's like crumbling everywhere. I already prepped my face and I did moisturizer, toner, and a little bit of lip balm, and I think I want to do something smoky, something that matches my shirt. And I'm gonna do my eyebrows before we get into the music. Brow type look, and I've been using this Rimmel Brow This Way brow gel in the shade, I think this is just brown. It doesn't have the shade, oh, dark brown. And the shade dark brown, and I've just been running this through my brows and then carving them out with concealer, and whatever areas that I need to patch up really quick, I'll just use a pencil. But I first run this through and then I take concealer and clean it up. So now I'm going to take concealer. I'm going to be using this Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Natural Beige. And I'm just going to take a little bit in the back of my hand and carve out those brows with this concealer and carve them out. I'm going to try and cover up all the excess hair that I have that I don't want as part of my brow. And I'm just going to like get real close. Okay, so once that's all carved out, I'm gonna go in with my brow pencil, this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. And I'm just gonna fill in like any of the sparser areas just so it doesn't look so flat. So when I do, like if I end up doing a dramatic eye, my eyebrows don't get lost in the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna do like this arch right here. So I prep my eyes with some concealer. I use the ColourPop No Filter. I don't know where to begin. But no, I actually do know where I want to begin. Bad Bunny's new album, I'll leave like a little picture right here, is so good. So good. And let me just tell you, I always been a Bad Bunny fan for real, but I wasn't like constantly like fiending over him the way that I do now. Like, I am so obsessed with this man. And I mean, I sound creepy saying it, but I am so obsessed with this man. So sidetrack off the music real quick. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and it looks busted and crusted, but it's because the shade fell out. And I think I'm just gonna stick to the orangey shades and get a little bit into mulberry just to deepen it up. I'll tell you what I'm getting into, but we're gonna mostly stick to the music. Back to Bad Bunny. His album just really did it for me, and I love everything about that album. I'm a really huge fan of what he stands for in the Latin music community. Honestly, he is paving so many roads for people who are just more of a vulnerable group. Like the way that he stands up for women, and the way that he stands up for even men who are not the typical machismo men that you see in a lot of Latin communities. And I just think that's so powerful, and I think that's so different for a rapper to be doing. And I know he's not the only one to be doing it, because there are so many people from so many different communities, not even just the Latin community, who are not the typical machismo man and who just like live the way that they want to live. But for him to be doing that in that sort of community, especially Latin communities where it's very looked down upon for a guy to wear nail polish, or for what he just did in his new music video to be dressing up as a woman, that is not something that like you could see in the community. And I think that he's really changing the way these people could really, you know, stand up for each other. Like, besides all that he's doing just for the community and for people, his music just is so good, and I'm obsessed with his music. Like, everything about that album, I love pretty much every song on that album. Like, there's no song that truly disappoints me on that album. And even in his other albums, like, he just does it for me in a lot of different ways that a lot of rappers in the community don't really do it for me, but he really does it for me. Like, I'm obsessed with his Instagram, I'm obsessed with his music, his work, everything. I'm so obsessed with him. So another album that I was really excited for was Colores by J Balvin. I was really excited for that because, again, I've been listening to J Balvin for years, and I feel like he's just an icon, like, reggaeton community. Oh, let me backtrack a little bit. He's gonna be talking about reggaeton music, just because that's what I listen to the most. But I do have an appreciation for other music as well, but for this video I'm specifically going to be talking about reggaeton music just because that's what I listen to on a day-to-day basis. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to be calling it Spanish music because that's what I'm going to be calling it. If you guys do want me to go through other Spanish speaking genres, I could do that for you, but for today's video I'm just going to be doing like reggaeton music. Back to the album, I was really excited for it. I liked the theme of the album. It was real cute. Then I heard the songs and I hate to say it, I just got really bored. And I'm really a stan for him. Like, I really stan J Balvin. Like, I love him. I think he's so funny and I think he's great. But again, like, I was just not into it. I really was not into that. I mean, I like one of the songs, but it's one of the songs out of like, I think it's like 12 songs on there. Like, it just didn't excite me. And back to the makeup. So I first went into Orange Soda and Burnt Orange for my transition, and I'm gonna get into Sienna a little bit, and then after Sienna I'm gonna go into Mulberry. It didn't really excite me, didn't really do anything for me, to be honest. I did love that joint album and Bad Bunny did together. That album was really good. I'm gonna be leaving every album that I'm talking about on the side so you can find it, and all these albums should be on Apple Music. There is no way that you can't find it. Apple Music or Spotify, there should be no reason why you can't find the albums. But I love them together. Them doing music together makes me very happy. I think they work so good together. I barely play with this palette and I don't know why. It's so good. It's like everything I love about a palette. I wouldn't know if I would use these colors for a soft glam. When I think of soft glam, honestly I think of more of cooler tones for some reason, and like matte per se, like a matte cut crease with some cool tones. So I'm just taking this clean brush real quick just to blend out the edges. Like that at all. I don't think of this as a soft glam moment, unless I did like a matte inner corner or something. I don't know. I just wouldn't classify this palette as a soft glam moment. But okay, so somebody that I've really been like into lately, his name is S.Teov. I think it's S.Teov. I think that's how you say it. I love his music. I love his voice. I just love the way that he just like, he projects something for me. I think it's the energy. Like his songs are like slow, but at the same time like I could bop to it. Like a lot of features, but he just came out with this song that's on his own and I love that song. I forgot the name of it, but it is so good. I know it sounds like stupid, but I don't speak Spanish and I like have a hard time understanding it as well, but I have a thing for Spanish music. I really do. That's probably all the music that I really listen to, and I really don't know why, because you would think like I don't understand it, so why would I listen to it, right? But it just gives me a completely different vibe than what I would get if I was listening to an English song. I don't know why that is, but oh, let's talk about an album that I just was not excited for. I was not really like here for it. Wasn't that I wasn't here for it, it was just that I know him and I know all of his songs kind of sound the same. So Ozuna's new album, I wouldn't really call it new. It came out a while ago. I kind of was not here for it, only because when I first heard the album, the first couple of songs, I feel like they all started to sound the same, and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like a lot of his songs are like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Ozuna fan. Like I love his music, but at the same time I feel like they all start to blend together and they all start to sound the exact same. When I listen to Bad Bunny's music, all of the songs give me a different vibe, and they're different. All of the songs are different, all of the beats are different, you know, and they're different. They're a different type of style for me. And I feel like another artist that does what Ozuna is doing is Anuel, and I don't think that he makes the same type of music, because he doesn't. I think he just releases a lot of music intervals, and I can't really enjoy the songs that like he's putting out, because he's constantly putting out music, constantly dropping a single like every week, you know. Go into Mulberry, but I really want to get into this. I really do want to get into this. Like it's so nice and I broke it. I'm so sad. Should I do a cut crease? Yeah. So back to J Balvin really quick. The song that he made with Will I Am is so infectious, the Ritmo song, and I love it. I know it's kind of not like the typical J Balvin type of thing to do. I don't think he would have done something like that, but I love the song. I feel like I want to smoke like a black, kind of like in this inner corner type of situation. So I'm going to take a pencil brush and do exactly that. I do a mix of Cypress Umber and a little bit of Noir. That's one well real quick. I feel like I know I was saying that he's putting out like a lot of music and stuff, and I still like agree with that, but I feel like he's pumping out like random songs. Like the song that he just released with Karol G, like I know they're together and like I know they want like the whole world to know that they're together, but like at the same time I don't want to hear like 20 different songs from y'all. Like the song is good, like it's alright, but like I don't want to listen to like 20 different songs from you guys like pumping out every like 2 weeks. Like I'm kind of fed up with it. He's just I'm getting really tired of him, like kind of bored with him. I feel like he just pumps out way too much music for me to actually enjoy anything. And I still think that his album is really good, but I'm just like sick and tired of him dropping a single every day. And I'm just gonna throw on this L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. For new eyelash applier, I always look down and I just stick the middle right on. I take the end of the lash, oh my god, and just stick it on, making sure it's nice and close to that lash line. Alright, so let's get into skin. So I'm gonna start off by priming my face with the Too Faced Hangover Arch Primer. This is the jumbo size because I am so in love with this primer. It is one of the best on the market, and I know coconut isn't really good for your face, but something about this primer really does it for me. It makes my makeup look so cute and moisturized and buttery. I'm so obsessed with it, and it just leaves the best dew to the skin without giving me like oily, like an oil slick, because I am combo, and this just really like does it for me. And for my other primer, y'all know I double prime. I use the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So I always go in with a hydrating primer first, and then I go in with a smoothing primer for my pores and my T-zone. I'm gonna take this, really rub it in. So back to Karol G. Like I was saying, her music is good, and I think she's a really talented woman, but again, she pumps out a lot of singles and a lot of music. So I'm really particular about that. Like, I like to know that an artist puts a lot of work into what he does. And there's artists that pump out a lot of music, who put out a lot, like, who put everything into their music. At the same time, there's something different about an artist who really takes their time pumping out music. Not Bryanna time, but who really like takes the time to produce a great piece of work. And I love that. I love that. Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna go with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in cream beige. This is $5 and it's so good. I'm obsessed with this foundation. They do need to work on the shade range, but artists that I want to talk to that are more like, they're not really reggaeton, but they could like classify as like pop, I guess you could say. Rosalia, I'm obsessed with her. Like passed on the music right now, but I'm obsessed with her as a person. Her style is everything. The way she looks, love the way she talks, because you know she's from Spain, so she has like a different way of saying stuff. I just think she's so talented, and her music is really, really good. It's not typically the style that I would go for, but I would for her. You see the finish? It is like the perfect finish, and they just came out with the dewy one, which I'm really, really here for. But the reviews that I saw, it looked a little too dewy for me. Like, this really does it if I put on a good primer, but I don't know how my skin will react with a real dewy foundation. So for concealer, I'm gonna do a little cocktail. I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade, oh my god, Ginger. And then I'm gonna go in on top with a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in light neutral. So for powder, I'm gonna go on with my Huda Beauty baking powder in the shade Pound Cake. And I have been baking with this, but I really don't want to bake today. So I'm just gonna go in with it like on a brush. For the face, I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. It looks like this. It's in this packaging, and I have the shade Light Medium. It's like the perfect shade for me. This stuff does stink for some reason. I don't know if it's just my powder, but it stinks. I do love the way it makes my skin look though. Makes it look like butter. Look at that. Go into bronzer. So for bronzer, I've been using this Alexis Ren times ColourPop bronzer. This is definitely not available anymore. I got this actually years ago and still going strong. I don't use the highlight because it's just way too deep for me, but I do use the bronzer, so that's what I'm gonna go into today. For the lower lashes, I'm gonna take Sienna from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm just gonna really keep that nice and tight. And then for inner corner highlight, I think I'm just gonna take, what you think? I think I'm gonna take Glistening and just put that in the inner corner. Down with my Morphe Jeffree Star setting spray. Just get the face wet. Oh, the ghetto. You know what? Taking the earrings out. I can't deal. But for highlight, I've really been loving the Ciace London one. Hold on, it's in the packaging. Is in the shade Afterglow. It is the wettest highlighter of all existence, and that's saying a lot because I love my Desi Katie one, and you can't get that one, but I think you could. I think this one is still available, so y'all need to get on it. Now to finish this off, I'm just gonna take my favorite lipstick right now. It's in Incognito, Bella Pierre, y'all already know. Okay guys, so that is the completed look all done. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was fun talking about what's new in music, what's not hot in music, in my opinion at least. And I'm really excited to see where this little series gets me because I'm really interested in music. I really love music. I listen to music every day, and I listen to a lot of different genres of music and even country. But we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna do that in a different video, a different makeup look. I just wanted to start off with reggaeton because I've been listening to it non-stop lately, especially with Bad Bunny's new album. And there was just a lot of things coming out from the music industry, at least the Spanish music industry. Well, I'm excited to see where this series goes, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.